Hi everyone, in this lesson I will be talking about Inset SubD Edges command. You can see the command in the SubD toolbar here. In the previous lesson we have created new loops using insert SubD edge loop, but if we want to create a loop in a section like this to shape the upper side of our path, and if we try to use insert SubD edge ring command, as you can see, when I select this edge, Rhino cannot consider this edge as a part of this ring because these edges share a vertex in the middle, so they cannot be considered as a ring. Because of this, insert SubD edge command cannot create a loop between these edges. If we want to create an edge loop in here, we can use Inset SubD edge command. Let's have a try. I'm starting Inset SubD edge command here. It tells me to select the faces or angles. So I am selecting these faces which I want the new loop be created inside of them, and then I'm pressing enter. I'm using the mode for this command as group. I will explain the importance of this mode setting soon. If you click it, it will switch to single. Let's keep it at group and press enter. Now the command asks me for a base point. We can use the middle point as base point in here. So I'm closing project. I'm clicking the middle vertex. And right after that, you are seeing that there is a loop being created in these faces or around these faces. The size of the newly created loop will be determined by the space I will left click, or I can write a value to the command line. As you can see, when I wrote 20 or when I wrote 10, the radius of the new loop will be 10 centimeters. I'm clearing the command line and I'm closing OSnap, so I can just create my new loop or I open OSnap, but I only use near, so I can adjust the size of my new loop accordingly. I'm left clicking here and you can see new sections are created by creating a new loop, new edge loop in this section. Doing so, I got the ability to select inner surfaces and pulling them up. This move will make the upper side of my path puffier, as you can see. For the puffiness of the upper side, I could just select the middle vertex and I could pull this vertex up, but this will not give me the same structure that I have accomplished by creating new segments inside of the outer edge and pulling all of them up. You can always make experiments with different SubD parts and evaluate the results. In this occasion, when I just pull this vertex up, it creates a more pointy geometry than I want, so I didn't choose to pull the middle vertex by itself. I prefer to create an inner loop and inner segments for my geometry. If you return to the Inset SubD edges command, this command works like our original, our classic offset command. Like offset command, if you select the face with Inset SubD edges command started, this time I'm selecting only one face, and then press enter. Rhino starts to create an offsetted surface in our original surface. You can adjust the offset amount by giving a value in the command line, or you can click a point on our space. Then you can adjust the size of the inset amount by sliding your mouse. When you are happy with the results, you can left click, or if you want to use a certain dimension, you can input the dimension and then you can press enter. Then left click and then the new surface is created. By using inset, you are creating inner surfaces in the original surface. The one in the middle is not the only surface created. As you can see, surrounding surfaces are created too. By doing so, you can have new parts to play with and to shape your model. I'm getting back with Ctrl Z. If you use Inset SubD command on multiple surfaces, like I did on my geometry, you need to make an additional decision. I'm starting Inset SubD. I'm selecting these faces, not one face, multiple faces. I'm pressing enter, and then in the mode selection, this time I'm not gonna use group. I'm gonna click here and switch the mode to single mode, and then I'm pressing enter. I'm selecting the base point as the center again. I'm using object snap. Right now you can see in every surface I have selected creating their own insets, and they are creating really big. So I'm writing 2 here. When I've written 2, you can see that there is a new inner surface in every triangle I have selected before. This is the difference between group mode and single mode. In single mode, every surface insets into itself. I'm pressing enter and I'm pressing left click. These are our new insets. For example, if I take them all together and push them down, you can see that I have created a lemon-like pattern. Of course, I'm getting this back with Ctrl Z and another Ctrl Z to cancel the newer, smaller surfaces. For the end of our lesson, I will leave our model in this state. In this lesson, you have seen Inset SubD H command. See you at the next lesson.